So hi, it's me, Denny Daniel of the Museum of Interesting Things, and this is the second box opening of the Back to the Futurist Secret Speakeasy 2019. There are the packages that these humans are going to open at this very moment. So here I am mixing up the packages. Go for it. And here I am mixing up the packages. Here I am mixing up. Are you confused? Yeah. There, now you're there you go. Here I am mixing up the packages. Go for it. And are you confused? Good. Me too. Oh, and you need scissors. Where are the scissors? So go ahead. One for you. One for you. One for you. Double. One for you. Whatever you do, don't run with those. So try not to cut each other, cut the people in the audience, or cut me with those scissors. But if you do, I've got Civil War surgical tools that I can cure you with. And you don't need things like, you know, anesthesia and sterilizing. A shot of whiskey and they're fine. Those are your kids? Yes. Oh, you opened the record. Oh, this is great. This is a toy called Buttons, the doggy. We did open the package of Buttons. Look up Buttons when you get on the internet. It was this funny little button dog, like toy, and it had buttons in front of it. When you press the buttons, the dog's ears would go up, or his tail would wag, or he would bark. Really cool. Oh, what's your name? Jacob, do you have a dog?
I used to.
You used to? Maybe this is, you got a cat? I'll have to get Buttons a cat for you. So apparently they made a Buttons the Dog 45 record. How cool is that?
I remember the ads on television, it's the same thing. They said, his name is Buttons, how they do the puppy with the brain, and they...
Yes, the puppy with the brain.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
That was, I have him.
Wagging it, you know, wagging his tail and, you know,
yes,
wiggling his ears and waving his paws.
If he didn't wag it, if he didn't do the ear thing, I was like, I don't want him. So I made sure that the one I got, all the buttons work. Especially the ears, because that's the funniest part.
His name is Buttons, how they do the puppy with the brain.
The button puppy with the brain. Oh, that's cool. I know this is so cool. So this is Ida, and she opened up. I have a whole show on the Pony Express. I'm trying to get as many Pony Express things as I can find. So this is one of those, you know, flag things that you probably get at one of the stations, the Gothenburg, Nebraska state. So if you don't know about the Pony Express, it was the early 1860s. It was because the railroad didn't make it all the way to California. The mail didn't make it to California. So this guy, an entrepreneur, said, why don't I have these people ride horses from the location in the Midwest all the way to California so he can cover that. The Pony Express only existed for about a year and a half. It actually wasn't around that long. And I believe Wells Fargo bought up the logos and everything, so you see Wells Fargo using it for a while afterwards, but it actually only existed for that amount of time. And once the railroad went to California, that was it. But very famous writers rode the Pony Express, like Buffalo Bill. Wild Bill Cody actually rode. Yeah, basically once the train, why have horses? But these guys were sharpshooters. They were good because you had to protect the mail. So that's a very, very cool one. And I have one of the bags that belonged. There were many Pony Expresses, not just that one, but that was the famous one. Oh my God, that's so cool! You've increased your cool factor exponentially.
I had no idea that VHS came in 3D.
That's how I felt when I first found out about it a bunch of years ago. I was like, there are 3D VHS tapes? So I secretly amassed the world's largest collection of 3D VHS tapes. I now have probably at least 200 of them. And you're going to get to see this film in Coney Island in a week or two because we are doing our 3D VHS festival August 10th at the Coney Island Sideshow Museum. So come down by and see it, and I'm going to play this film. Absolutely. What's your name?
Monica.
Monica, you're going to get to see your film in 3D, which has got to be one of the coolest films. And I've got a ton of different stuff. We're going to actually have the guy who did the Rolling Stones in 3D introduce his video of the Rolling Stones in 3D. He went on tour with the Stones doing the Steel Wheels tour, and he filmed it in 3D. So he was on stage with Mick Jagger.
So awesome.
That is a very cool.
Thank you.
So what do you want?
There are pictures of a factory, maybe a milk factory?
Oh, this is stereo. These are stereo views that go in our stereoscopes. And oh, this is the coolest one ever. Isn't that great?
Oh, like the great.
So this is, I'm doing a whole show on like, you know, all the milk and milk delivery. So these are 2 kids delivering milk with this crazy looking cart. And this would go in, I'm gonna quickly run and get a stereoscope so you see how it works.
Especially with the shots. You forgot.
So what's your name?
Hannah.
Hannah?
Yeah.
Oh, my aunt's name. How cool. So you're my aunt. Funny how that happens. So I'm going to put the coolest one in first, Hannah, and you'll be the first person to see it even before me.
Awesome.
So what you do is you put it in your eyes like that, and you move it like that to focus it, and you'll see a 3D image of milk.
Okay.
And, yeah. Oh, you can hold it. You hold this, and you move that like that. And you know what Hannah's doing right now? She's doing the YouTube and Google of the 1800s. Because basically she's Googling by looking at it, but Hannah, when you turn it like this, you'll see that you're Googling it. So that's your YouTube and Google of the 1800s.
You get
got
all
that?
the info.
You got all that?
on
Good, excellent, good.
Can I try?
That's really cool.
That is so perfect for you. So say your name for the camera.
Ryan.
And Ryan, if you haven't been to the Mark Twain Museum upstate or the Hudson in Hartford, go to it. They're amazing, and we're hopefully going to do some things together at the Mark Twain Museum. So if you have, there is a Mark Twain Museum. Go to it. They're very cool. And he opened up a mighty tiny record. What is a mighty tiny record? These belong to the world's smallest record player. If I'm not mistaken, I may have the record player. Hold that thought. Stay right there. I'm going to bring it.
Moody Monk, Sax in a Hurry.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the world's smallest record player. There it is, the Mighty Tiny from 1968. And are you ready to see this man go ooh and ah? This is the world's smallest record. Whoa, that's not ooh and ah. Get your lines
Ooh
straight.
and
There it is, and it fits in the palm of your hands.
Oh my goodness. I could see a bunch of hipsters getting
So that is the original packaging it came in.
retrending it.
And they actually have like little record sleeves. How cool is that? And I think it was about 38 cents for 4. And it was 30 seconds of cheesy music. So it'd be like Coney Island Sideshow, Tijuana Brass, and this one is Dixieland Jazz. How cool is that? That somehow I find that.
Does it work by batteries or electricity?
It would have a little battery, and when you put it down, the needle is here. So when you put it down with the battery in, it would play the record. I have 5 of them. All 5 work like, oh God, crumb. They're just terrible. It works when, you know that frog that only sings when the drunk guy sees it? Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. That's this machine. Because we went backstage to Anderson Cooper's show, and I wanted to get it to play for Anderson Cooper. So he's like going, okay, Denny, make it work. And it's like not going. And I'm going, no, let me try. And his staff is like, Anderson, you have to be on CNN. You gotta go. And I'm like, and he's like, Denny, make it work. And I'm like, I can't get it to work. And finally, it made like 2 sounds, like 2 notes. It went, doo-doo. And he was like, and his staff was like, that's great, let's go. And they dragged Anderson out of the room. Then I took the machine, I threw it in the back of my bag, and the whole way to the subway, down the staircase, it's going, hello, my baby, hello, my darling. And everyone's like, where's that noise coming out? And I'm like, shut up, shut up. It would not shut up. So it only plays when it's funny and drives you crazy.
Batteries?
So it's it had 1 battery in the very front there, a AA, obviously not a AAA because this is 68. But yeah, it's one of the coolest items. I love this thing. And if you go on our website, you'll see the picture of the little girl like holding it, and she's like, it's very fun. So that's a perfect one for you to open. And we're gonna say thank you to everyone.